So let me just warm up. So let me just roll the TNT. We got tangents and trivia. It's TNT, baby.
So I joined this chat room, like a Discord server. Do you know what I mean? So it's like an online chat room, and then it's all garage fans.
Oh, garage.
Garage.
Garaje.
No, obviously quite a lot of them. Well, a handful of them are going to be into grime because similar stuff.
Grime.
So the discussion turned to grime.
Yeah.
And I basically just referenced my attempt at... I told the story of the attempt at getting my dad into grime because he always didn't... Like he never liked it whenever I've been playing it.
Yeah.
Especially when I play him some of my beats, he'll be like,
What is this, bro?
Because it's not even got lyrics on it, so that he's not like, what the fuck is this? Just like, dang, 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 for like 5 minutes. Anyway, so I will tell you the story now, and then I'll tell you what happened in this server. So the story is, I showed my dad some stuff one night because we were a bit drunk and that in the front room. Mm-hmm. Got YouTube on the telly. Showed him some early stuff like Skepta and JME. So
yeah,
you know, I Spy by Skepta. So it's got the pulse. No, the rebound X beat. Sorry.
Put paper.
Put paper. That's what I see. Put paper. I'm gonna pen and paper. Shout out, Skepta and Jammer and all that. But so I showed him some of those beats and stuff like that. And he was like, "Yeah, I liked it." And then I was like, "Well, people always say you need to enjoy it in its true setting, which is listening to a set. So maybe going to a rave or a radio thing." So I showed him some recordings from raves and stuff. And, you know, shout out, Window Kid was one person that I showed him. Because obviously I showed him all the big guys as well. Because they're like Skepta, you can hear what he's saying. Yeah. JME, most of the time you can kind of hear what he's saying and stuff. It's quite
he's
quite good.
With it, man.
So then... showed him Window Kid and my dad liked that because he's funny. He's just talking about getting drunk and stuff like that. So every bar makes you laugh. Yeah. Rather than being a little like most people, their bars are all showy offy and stuff like that, or punch a man in the face bars. But Window Kids just makes you laugh. So you can kind of relate to that as somebody that's like into humour and stuff. So he liked that, and then I was like, so Mez is the best guy nowadays. So he's this guy that also from Nottingham, so he's Window Kid, but a completely different style. So he was like, yeah,
it sounds like flipping, you're talking in alien, Mike.
Yeah, no, because he always runs out of breath all the time because he's trying to get so much out. He goes, he's like, seriously? Yeah, he'll be running out of breath. But so he's got a few good tunes and stuff, but I showed him this set.
Yeah.
And because I saw it come up anyway, so I was like, yeah, he's the best guy. So it's Keep Hush. It's almost like a boiler room thing, but it's Corrupt FM.
Okay.
Doing Keep Hush, and then Mez comes in, right? So Corrupt FM are obviously a joke. Aren't they were Corrupt FM, like the BBC programme that was kind of trying to capture but also take the piss out of the garage scene in the kind of like mid noughties.
Yeah.
Mid to late noise. So yeah, it's them guys MCing, and it sounds good, and you can hear what they're saying. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're making people laugh. Like that's what they're saying. The guy's got quite a good voice to do that kind of style of like hosting. If you know what I'm saying, where it's just like everybody in shine. So it's quite funny, and obviously like those guys, the programme's funny, so everyone's like in a really good vibe. And then Mez comes over, and obviously he's like the best guy around at the time. Everyone's saying he's like the new DWE. Who I showed to my dad as well. My dad quite liked it when he could hear what he was saying.
Fair.
So
D-double.
Yeah, because you can hear what he's saying most of the time.
Yeah, he's clean.
That's a bit confusing if you don't know what it is, but yeah. So this guy called Mez comes on and then literally goes, yeah, starts shouting.
Yeah.
And then you can even see on the video everybody in the room kind of goes like, what the fuck?
But you said Mez is top tier though.
But he's supposed to be the best up and coming thing because this is a few years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's all kind of gone a bit sour now, and everyone's always talking online like, you know, I'm not saying it, but everyone will be saying Grime's dead, and everyone's having arguments about this and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's because you've got like this TV program that comes up. This is in my dad's kind of summed this up. He was like, this is shit, and he was like, if you see a guy that's doing a joke on a TV program actually comes to the performance, you're a musician doing a performance, and you've got all these people there, and because it's corruptive, you've probably got a load of people there that aren't actually into the grime scene, but they like that, so they've come out, or some of the crowd are going to be those people. So you've got this opportunity, not only to them, but everybody else that's going to watch it when it goes online, to represent the actual grime scene and show what you're about.
Yeah.
And all you can do is just shout down the mic. For one, first things first. If this is the microphone, right, and this is the actual head of it, yeah, you don't fucking hold it like that. Why do people think you're gonna? Can you hear what my voice is doing? Hear the difference. Hear the difference. Hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear me?
I can hear you nice and clear, mate.
You can't hear me properly now, can you?
No.
So I don't know why people think when you're MCing on a grime set that you have to hold it weird.
Yeah, it's the look, isn't it?
People think it looks cool. Yeah, that's not how you. That's how you're going to have an unsuccessful performance. So, first of all, there's that, but shouting because they want to get a reload. Even Skepta said, I think, grime shouldn't be called grime. It should be called reload because it's all about the reload. Reloads. What everyone shouts because they want to get a reload, so they think if they just start shouting their lyrics, so the DJ's gonna be like, wheel it up, because everyone's bare hype. So this guy's just shouting, when he,
I might have to listen to.
and everyone's kind of goes like that, and kind of it's like, oh, this is kind of shit. And I actually swear to God, I don't know, obviously I wasn't there and I'm not the guy, but the guy from Correct FM takes the microphone off him and almost says like, oh, everyone's getting a bit excited, aren't they? And then just carries on, and then everyone gets hype again because they just start having fun with it. But you're performing, and the whole thing to do with performing at a rave is so everyone can dance and have fun. It's not to fucking hear you shout with bare angrily. And I know Grime's kind of turned into that. But that guy could do those lyrics on a tune and it sounds perfectly good, but when they're performing, they just get too hype. And it sounds like you're fucking a heavy metal guy, which at the end, grime and heavy metal are both the same thing, aren't they? They're just dun 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 dun. But I bet they all think it's shit when they hear someone listening to Screamo. Oh, what's that? And then they go, because they're saying pull the patty up, yo, your batty up, or whatever, or whatever they're saying. And there's literally not even a send for anybody in particular because Mez has got bare sick tunes. I listen to his tunes all the time, but when he performs, he likes to shout. But he's not the only one. There's loads of people.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I'm just bringing that scenario up because I dropped that into this Discord server and they all started hating on me. Yeah.
What that you shouted?
Yeah, and I was like, it's not even my opinion. It was my dad's shout, but I've kind of like helped kind of sum it up a little bit. But
yeah.
He's like, no one's ever gonna. He basically said everybody in that room is gonna be like, what the fuck is that? And they're never gonna want to listen to it seriously again.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm saying that as a whole is probably why the grime scene is dying. That's why I kind of like dropped the story into this thing. But yeah,
I went to an exhibition on grime, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was in old Jammer's basement. It's the Merkle Man. No.
But it won't be actually there, was it? Because have they like taken the walls from it and put it?
No. I think they've just like fashioned a little bit to make it look like that. Like and it was kind of talking about like pirate radio, about its stuff.
It's a Merkle Man. It's Jammer.
That sounds like Jammer, isn't it? Yeah. No, they're not.
Flowers for the green and the purple.
You sound like a Rick and Morty character.
Yes, my precious.
Oh my goodness.
It's me, the precious. It's Jammer. Yes, this is Merkle Man.
Yeah, your throat's getting dry, bro. Yeah. Let's go.
Merkle Man needs the preciousness.
Anyway, I just thought it was a really...
And I need the preciousness green and purples. Merkle Man.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for that. I just think it was a really
This is great content, by the way.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. You went to the Grime exhibition. Where was it?
It was in the Museum of London in...
Museum of London, in the middle of London.
Near Barbican. It's
The
actually
Barbican,
in Barbican.
I think, is that right in the centre?
Don't think so.
Where's Barbican?
I have no idea. Somewhere.
It's making me hungry.
What, for barbecue?
Yeah. So how was it? Yeah, any particular attractions that you particularly remember other than Jammer's Password?
I think that was that was the coolest one. Obviously, there was little bits about.
Did you start freestyling? Did you ever rap?
No, I've never rapped.
What was your rap name again?
I don't have one.
Yeah, we discussed this.
No, I don't have one. Don't
Yeah,
even
you're
try
more
and
of
make
a
me rap on
singer
a mic.
anyway.
Yeah, that's it, man. I'm a Ray J type of guy.
Sing, it's the Merkel Man. Go on.
No. You're asking me like.
There's your key.
I love it, man. I'll find it one day and I'll sing it for you. Next episode. Next episodes. If you get me when I'm not coming away from Muay Thai, like get me on a day where
I'll
I'm
get you a
not
couple
tired.
of Baby Guinnesses in you. And you'll
Yeah,
be fine.
Baby G's, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll sing it for
Because
you.
it will be, it's a bit thick on your throat as well. 'Cause and you'll be like Louis Armstrong.
Like it's the
when you-
miracle man.
It's a miracle man. Red, white, and blue. Flags been green and purple.
It'll be
like
green and
a
purple, yeah.
circle man. And I think to myself.
So you don't need me, man.
Huh?
You don't need me.
Oh, I could just do the
You-
impression.
you
Yeah,
had
that's
that.
what I'll just overdub it on you.
You had that, man.
Wait, you just look at the camera and move your mouth a little.
And I think to myself. Around the pillow.
So where were we going with this?
No, it was just cool. It was just linked to obviously you talking about grime, and it was quite interesting to see an origin story for it. But then I guess it was like, how did it actually start? Because in that exhibition, it was like, oh, the heart of grime is in the East, and maybe other places would disagree. What do you reckon? It was just actually trying.
So the heart of grime is in the East. I think they say is because a lot of the MCs started there, but you had grime beats being made everywhere. Johnny Cash in the East, artwork in the South making. I mean, you could call it dubstep or grime at the time. It was kind of on that brink of it, but
Grime step.
and then you had like obviously Wiley and stuff and Jammer and that coming from the East. Yeah, sorry, I said Johnny Cash West. Sorry, but yeah, it's you got all this shit going on around the early noughties. That's what that era is just what I love, like where garage kind of just stopped being so yeah, and then being a little bit more like brr, brr, brr.
Yeah, little man.
And then yeah, and then obviously like people that liked kind of hip hop and chatting on the mic, I guess, realised that you could strip the beats back a little bit more and people could rap on it more. So,
Ooh.
but yeah, as far as I know, my research that I've done, you've got you've just got a lot of people that were just kind of pioneering it at the same time, and some of it sounded a little bit more like garage, some of it sounded a little bit more like hip hop and shit.
But do you know what's humbling? What is very humbling is, even when I went to that exhibition, it's just a bunch of people doing something that they loved, and it just turns out that they took it to such a high level in the sense of it becoming popular, them developing their skills, and even listening to like Jammer's stories of everyone in that basement. They were like, he's like, what you couldn't see on the camera is there'd be people like in the kitchen, there'd be people along this really long basement, and people just come, just make music together, shape songs, like change each other's lyrics up, give each other ideas, and it's just people doing things that they're interested in.
It's a shame that I can't like say that I've ever been involved in like a scene like that. Do you know what I mean? I feel kind of a bit underprivileged.
I just find it,
having that.
but I just find it like people, like again, just link it to that whole idolizing thing. It's like these are just people doing things that they like and are interested in, and there's so many of us.
I don't idolise them. I'm jealous of the cunts.
I'm not saying you are, but people look at them like, oh my gosh, like there's Jammer, oh my gosh, there's Skepta, and they've just literally pursued their interest to a higher level, and it's being appreciated by a load of people, and it makes me just think, when you speak to people and they're like, oh yeah, I hate my job, I hate my life, I hate everything, and it's like, what do you like doing? There's a power to doing the things you like doing. There is, but people just because of what?
Well, they like going out and getting attention from other guys or from
whatever it is, but it isn't that, is it though? Because that's a very temporary thing, and you think when you strip that all away, what really truly makes you happy? Like for me,
people don't know because they don't
take the time. They don't take the time. Like for me, I know something that I figured out I really enjoy in life is helping other people. I'm big on, but that's why I do, you know, coaching. It's nice to see people just change from like, I can't do this, I've got no self-belief, I hate how I look, I've got X amount of health problems, I'm pre-diabetic, and I'm looking at them and then they come back in like 2, 3, 4, 5 months. You know, I've worked with people for years and just seeing how they develop and how they change, how they talk about their relationships with food, that's pleasing to me. And that's way more interesting to me than like any girl would be, anything like that. Like it's just something deeply fulfilling in my soul. And I guess it's grown on me. It's taken time for me to find out what I really want and like in life.
Yeah, I think, yeah, as you say, people just don't know. I mean, the most extreme version of people not knowing about like long-term, but like plans to know what you want and get it is just people taking drugs and being addicted to drugs. It's such a quick way to just make yourself go and feel good.
Yeah, and
you just need to focus on yourself
for sure
and find out who you are. Don't follow fashion. Don't fucking do shit other people tell you to and join a gang or bleedly bloodly bongly bong.
Follow you.
Follow you.
Follow what's really going on in here. You know, listen to that voice and stop with the distractions, because everything you're really talking about is we're distracting ourselves with these temporary highs. And I'm not saying it's an easy process to find what you find fulfilling from life, but once you find it, I guarantee, like, it's just different. Like even now, like there'll be some of the hardest things that I've ever gone through, but I do something that I'm inspired to do every single day. I'm inspired to see the people around me elevate, and then I'm inspired to reflect and talk to them about that. And that makes me, like, I don't ever go, oh, I'm going work. Like I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, I've got a long day. But when I get there, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. I'll be tired at work and I'll be like, this is actually really cool though. Really, really cool. So that's, I don't even know where that tangent came from, but it had to be said.
Talk about Grime, but you're just saying about like how you just need to just do you, and eventually you'll figure it out. Like I think it's, if you don't know where you want to go in your life, that's why education can be good, because you just you grow up. And certain people, they don't know, oh, that's what I want to do. So you can go, well, I'm kind of interested in this. Yeah. And that can lead you down a path to go somewhere you want to go.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't do education because you know what you want to do, and you know you can get where you need to get without having that formal education. But you will need to educate yourself. You just need to educate yourself rather than being educated by someone else at university. But go into university. If you don't know what you want to do, it can help lead you to that path. For sure. Or whatever.
For sure. I went to university and found out everything I didn't want to do, and then started to do something that I did.
But you might have wasted time elsewhere if you didn't do that. Do you know what I mean?
For sure. Like, I never look at those 4 years I was at university and go, well, that was a waste.
Yeah.
I look at those 4 years and go, that put me on course to something I wanted to do. I did economics and business management, realised what the course would lead to, banking, all that kind of stuff. And I'm an ambivert in a sense of like, I really do well in front of people. I can talk to people. I'm gonna, pursue these public talks in other places.
Now you're behind me, so how about that?
Oh.
How are you gonna do now, sir?
I've got no audience. That's all right. You guys are my audience. So yeah, I'm confident, like facing people, and I'm not saying that introverts aren't, but at the same time, I feel like if I give too much of my energy, I'm drained, and I can happily be in my own space by myself, not bothering anyone or being bothered by anyone. And I need that to recharge. So I'm somewhere in between.
You're like a dual
lingo.
Lingo. What's that? Is that your DJ name?
Nah, mate. That's a flipping app to learn languages. Dual lingo.
Yeah. Yeah, do what you want, do what you feel. If you grow up being into trains, go learn about trains. Go
Francis
on
Bourgeois.
Loads of trains.
Francis Bourgeois, if you ain't seen that, there's a guy, an Instagram account, and he's like...
He's a fucking fake. It's not real. We're not talking about it.
I know.
We're not talking about it.
Why not?
He's not real. He's made up. He's a made up person.
He is.
He made a character up and everyone believes it. And anybody that's following him and repost his shit onto your story, and you're like, yeah, look at this, guys, look how much I like this guy, you should like this guy.
Yeah.
you're a sheep, and you are not your own person.
So you're saying his love for trains isn't genuine?
I'm saying anybody that likes him is a sheep.
Why are you whispering into the mic?
Because I can talk in a more serious voice.
Okay.
If you follow that train guy, you are a sheep. And this is that comes interestingly brings it to a full circle. What we were just saying is, do you
stop wearing a mask?
Stop wearing a mask. Stop following cunts on Instagram that fucking like trains. Because it's not you, and anybody that's not anybody, surely.
Wow. What
is that you?
What, I love trains, man.
Yeah, but do you like guys that like trains? Do you like weird guys liking trains?
I'm not really fussed. It was, for me, when I don't follow him, but when I watched some of his videos, it was like this sheer delight. It was just that very like, oh, like he was just, it was something in
I
life
can do that though. Do you like that? I can do it.
It's just not the same. Now chase after you, Trey.
This is so tasty. Wait, hang on. He does the weird angle like that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's tasty.
It was just like a beaming white light there. I saw nothing.
But then that's a good way to end that episode.
Okay.
That's done.
We got tangents and trivia. We got tangents. Naim and Sammy be on TNT.